It's me again, YouTube, the Shadow King, King Nazru, here with Rosario Vampire 2, Chapter 4. We start off with Kokowa Shuzan, Mocha's half-sister, narrating how beautiful, refined, and powerful her half-sister Inner Mocha is, while explaining how completely lame Outer Mocha is in comparison. All the while, Mocha is trying to suck Skinny's blood, as is the running gag. Kokowa tries to figure out how Mocha could possibly have turned into something so lame. She hasn't realized that the rosary around Mocha's neck is what's restricting her powers and her true nature. So, Kurumu comes in and karate chops Mocha away for sucking Skinny's blood, causing Kokowa to wait with anticipation for Mocha to kick Kurumu's ass. But this leads to Kurumu and Mocha doing a childish version of exchanging fists, which disappoints Kokowa. Mizure stabs Kurumu and Mocha with ice kunai, as she says that he should ditch the other girls, or as she referred to them as fools, and be with her. The Kokowa once again expects Mocha to fight for real this time, only for the girls to once again childishly exchange fists and making Kokowa disappointed. But then we have Mocha and Skune talking about how it is pitiful that Mocha and Kokowa haven't made up, or rather resolved, this whole situation of Inner Mocha now being Outer Mocha now. Then we cut to the gang returning to their second year of being in the newspaper club, and Kokowa is hiding behind the door and suspects that it's the other monsters, Yukari, Mizure, Kurumu. They're the ones that have made Mocha lame. Sure, because that's how that works. Kokowa stumbles into the club and has some animosity with Kurumu, who wishes for her to go away. Kokowa has her bat friend, Ko, turn into a giant hammer, declaring that vampires don't need weak friends like them. I'd say that was completely arrogant, but coming from a vampire, that's pretty much expected. Yukari stops the fight, however, from starting, and tells them that the trouble has started at the school. It turns out there's a crime scene where students were attacked, and some of them were even murdered. And Yukari says this was the work of the street slasher. Wow, we also got a bit of a murder mystery this time around. Rosario Vampire 2 is really upping their game. We're heading some pretty dark stuff. I mean, granted, this is monsters and all, and so we do expect some dark stories, but still. And Street Slasher. Finally an intimidating name for a criminal, unlike the Graffiti Demon. Ugh, that sounded so stupid. Anyway, back to the story. Yukari explains that there were 15 victims, and they were attacked all by a knife. I wonder if this street slasher was inspired by Cletus Kassidy, aka Carnage. Wouldn't surprise me if the author was a Spider-Man fan. Anyway, well, with the others thinking that this is a nasty way to start the school year, I beg to differ. This is pretty interesting stuff. Skune wants to know why the killer is doing this, and the girls fight over who should go with Skune to investigate the whole matter. Cocoa looks at the map and points out the triangle on the map is a dungeon for the old days when students were bad, and that is abandoned, and it's most likely where the street slasher must be there. Wow. I did not expect Cocoa to have some detective skills. That's really clever and really interesting. Oh, and also, if you hear any outside noises, that's probably the thunder. We're having a bit of a storm problem here, so just try to bear with me if you can. So anyway, Cocoa pitches that theory, and Kurumu is skeptical, which pisses off. And Cocoa pisses her off by saying she's too weak to fight the criminal, and hence why she's not even bothered to go with it. And Cocoa says that she and Mocha will just go there and solve the case by themselves. Cocoa is happy that she got Mocha away from the other girls, and warns her sister that she will become weak by hanging around them. And Mocha says she doesn't like the insult to her friends. As the two vampires walk to the dungeon, Cocoa says friendship is impossible and beneath vampires. I told you, arrogance is pretty much a common trait with vampires. And she continues to use how they were able, and to further support her case, she uses how they were the only ones able to triangulate the criminal's location, while the others were just going to do random things. She believes that since vampires are creatures of darkness, that the evil plays and the killer will somehow awaken the nature of inner Mocha. I reiterate, sure, because that's how that works. The headmaster, Mikogame, tells Ruby to tell the students that the school is to be quarantined due to some criminals escaping from the human world and causing the trouble at the school. Okay. How did they get in there? Did the bus driver drive them by? I'm pretty sure you would have noticed that these guys weren't students or whatever. Or maybe they were just disguised. But, you know what? Forget it. Okay, let's just roll the story. Mikogame also orders Ruby to stop the criminals if she feels she's able to do it. And she complies with the order. Then we cut back to the dungeon where Mocha and Cocoa start searching for the street slasher, and Cocoa has Co turn into a spy club for Mocha to further unlock her violent true self. Mocha reluctantly takes the club and swings it when she hears some footsteps, but she ends up accidentally hitting Skune. Cocoa then curses Skune for ruining her chances of getting Mocha to become inner Mocha, and Cocoa says the reason why she worships inner Mocha is because she wishes to be like her sister, beautiful and powerful. So we see that Cocoa suffers a bit of an inferiority complex. Cocoa's turning out to be pretty interesting. Skune hears footsteps and shields Cocoa from the giant fist that just hit him, and it turns out that giant fist originated from a minotaur. Alright, more Greek mythological monsters. Let's get started. Cocoa is saddened by the fact she wasn't aware of the minotaur, despite being careful, and worse still, she had to be saved by a human. The Minotaur blindsides Cocoa and punches her in the back, while the street slasher slashes at Mocha from behind. The street slasher tells the Minotaur he'll take Mocha and the Minotaur can have Cocoa, while Cocoa tries to comprehend their strength and speed. When he said have Cocoa, what did he mean by that? I'm almost reluctant to find what that answer is. Anyway, Kokwa is uh, saved by Kurmu and Mizu, who arrive just in time to confront the Minotaur, despite Kokwa saying they aren't strong enough. Kurmu and Mizrae then combine their power to release a shockwave that knocks back the Minotaur. Wow, that's actually pretty badass. And they're doing a combination move between two rivals. Kurmu and Mizrae confirm they have been training together to one day defeat Inner Mocha, with Mizrae even acting meta by mentioning it's just like a shonen manga by how rivals are combining their attacks together. Dragon Ball. Uh, they can't. They can't seem to find Skune, however, and start blaming each other. While Kokoa says how they almost impress her, but just end up disappointing her again. Then the chapter also ends at a creepy. Then the chapter ends at a creepy note, with another criminal who has Skune and Mocha in prison, and says he will kill them since they are unwelcome guests. Ooh, things are turning pretty interesting. And we're heading towards a dark turn, and I can't say this is a shit gets real moment, but it's something really close. I can't quite name it, but I'll promise I'll have a name for what kind of moment this is next time.